Today, we are going to learn fractions. Fractions represent the parts of a whole or collection of objects. A fraction has two parts. The number above the line is called the numerator. It tells how many equal parts of the whole or collection are taken. The number below the line is called the denominator. It shows the total number of equal parts the whole is divided into, or the total number of the same objects in a collection. When the whole is divided into equal parts, the number of parts we take makes up a fraction. If a cake is divided into 8 equal pieces and one piece of the cake is placed on a plate, then each plate is said to have 1/8 of the cake. There are a total of 5 children. 3 out of 5 are girls, 2 out of 5 are boys. So the fraction of girls is 3/5 and the fraction of boys is 2/5. A fraction can be represented in 3 ways: as a fraction, as a decimal, as a percentage. Let us see each of these 3 forms of representation. The first and most common form of representing a fraction is in the form of a by b. Here, a is the numerator and b is the denominator. Both the numerator and the denominator are separated by a horizontal bar. Let's look at this fraction for example. In this fraction, 3 is the numerator, 4 is the denominator. This fraction represents 3 parts when a whole is divided into 4 equal parts. In this format, the fraction is represented as a decimal number. For example, the fraction 3 by 4 can be shown as a decimal by dividing the numerator, which is 3, by the denominator, which is 4. Thus, in decimal representation, 3 by 4 is written as 0.75. In this form, a fraction is multiplied by 100 to convert it into a percentage. For example, if we want to represent as a percentage, we should multiply 3 by 4 by 100. Thus, we can represent 3 by 4 as 75%. On the basis of numerator and denominator, different types of fractions can be defined. Unit fractions are fractions with numerator 1. For example, 1 by 2, 1 by 5, 1 by 7. Proper fraction is a fraction in which the numerator is less than the denominator. For example, 2 by 5, 13 by 20. Improper fractions are fractions in which the numerator is more than the denominator. For example, 5 by 3, 16 by 7, 9 by 2. Mixed fractions consist of a whole number along with a proper fraction. For example, 2 whole 2 by 3, 5 whole 1 by 4, 8 whole 2 by 5. Like fractions are fractions that have same denominators. For example, 2 by 5 and 3 by 5 are like fractions because they have the same denominators. Unlike fractions are fractions that have different denominators. For example, 2 by 3 and 1 by 4 are unlike fractions because they have different denominators. Equivalent fractions are fractions that have the same value after being simplified or reduced. For example, 7 by 3 and 21 by 9 are equivalent fractions because 21 by 9 can be reduced to 7 by 3. Now let me show you how to convert mixed fractions into improper fractions. Mixed fractions can be converted into improper fractions by multiplying the whole number by the denominator and adding it to the numerator. It becomes the new numerator and the denominator remains unchanged. So the mixed fraction 5 whole 1 by 4 can be written in the form of an improper fraction as 21 by 4.